Hello everyone, this is Richard with Surreal Sculptures, and I'm going to ad-lib here a little bit and try and show you how I get from the rough version sculpture that you saw earlier to the smooth, almost shiny glass-like exterior in the final version of one of my sculptures and figurines. It's kind of a proprietary process. I don't necessarily share every little thing I do to get it that smooth. It took years to figure it out, and I'm not necessarily in any big hurry to share that completely. However, I will share this, and this is a more than 50% part of it, what I'm doing here. This device is called a hot pen, and a hot pen is used for smoothing materials like sculpting wax, not plastiline, but castelline. And there's a few other materials I use to create the smooth final version of one of my figurines. A lot of people still, they like to use Sculpting, and they like to use other Chavant and a lot of other clays, and they're all good. But once you go through this, once you do this process, it's really hard to go back. You can get some really smooth renderings, physical renderings from your sculpture and figurine using this process. But it is tedious. It's very time consuming, and I literally have to go over every square millimeter of the piece and slowly, as you can see, smooth it out with this hot pen. And what you do is you can set the temperature of the hot pen to just the right temperature, to where it's not melting, to where it's not quite tough like very hard clay. You can get it to where you're smoothing something to the consistency of toothpaste. That's kind of where I like to be, maybe even a little cooler. But this allows me to get in there and detail very, very small, very detailed areas. And not only that, but of course, once it cools down, it's hard as a rock. You don't have to, it's not really hard, it'll break it. This material is actually pretty fragile, but you can hold it, which is nice. You can't do that with a lot of the other sculpting clays, but you can do it with the different sculpting waxes and so on, because they have a higher melting point. And as you can see, this looks pretty rough. When it's done, it won't be. It'll be really smooth, really detailed, every little wrinkle, every little smooth area. I could even put tiny little veins in there if I wanted to with this process. But anyway, this is Richard with Surreal Sculptures, kind of a little how I do it sort of video with my sculptures and figurines. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.